So every day in this place, the same exact identical set of highly anomalous, unusual, and activity specific acts of harassment occur almost as soon as I wake up at some unusual hours that most other people should not also be up and monitoring my activities at. So right now it's right around 4:50 a.m. on Thursday, April 17th, 2025. I do not have to be at work today. Today is one of my days off. And I woke up without an alarm 30 minutes ago at approximately 4:20 a.m. I basically just opened my eyes and sat up in the dark. That is a silent activity. And because it's completely dark right now, nobody should have any knowledge of what I'm doing in the privacy of this living space. However, 5 minutes after I opened my eyes and quietly sat up in bed, somebody directly below in 76 started making slamming and pounding noises. Once again, they get all agitated pretty aggressively directly below my bed, and then started using the same directed energy device that I keep claiming that they're using to electronically assault me when I'm on my bed. There is absolutely no electronic equipment around my bed. As I keep mentioning in videos, I got rid of my Wi-Fi router 8 years ago because I thought that the electronic assaults and phenomena that I kept experiencing as a physical, external attack on my physical person were coming from my router. I figured the router was just going a little haywire and maybe I should get rid of it. I also thought that the possible electronic, like the high EMF kind of ear popping, eyeball bugging kind of head pressure that I was experiencing was due to high EMF levels in this unit. And I got rid of all of my electronic equipment except for my cell phone. And yet the electronic assaults continue because they are coming from someone who is deliberately engaging in that type of activity and who has bragged in writing on social media to doing exactly what I keep saying that they're doing. So at 4:20 a.m. today, just like yesterday, when I woke up silently without an alarm and sat up in bed silently in the dark, the same exact harassment, agitation, physical banging and slamming started happening from directly below in 76. And at the same time, someone who either likes to hang out 76 or 78 directly behind my kitchen sink once again resumed the use of a directed energy weapon to electronically harass me while I was still sitting on my bed quietly in the dark with no alarm. And there's always somebody smoking stuff somewhere in the vicinity of the mostly unrented, intermittently vacant premises of the bathroom of Unit 78. There did appear to be somebody residing in that unit maybe last week, but there's been nobody residing in that unit since then. The activity in that unit seems to only happen when I try to use my own bathroom. So whoever's in that unit only goes into their bathroom to get violent and aggressive when I try to physically use the facilities in my bathroom, which means there's nobody legitimately living in that bathroom. Otherwise, they would be in the bathroom at times that I'm not in the bathroom. But they only go into that bathroom when I happen to be in my own bathroom. You can easily hear things through the wall, regardless of whether or not you're in the bathroom of my unit or not. So when there's somebody only getting aggressive in the bathroom of 78 when I'm in my own bathroom, that is deliberate. It is surveillance-based, aggressive intimidation, harassment, and stalking. And it is also a lot of masturbatory perving and creeping because when I do try to take a shower, in my shower stall, there's some piece of shit directly behind the wall of my own bathroom who likes to make repeated loud grunting noises that are so audible that even with the shower going, I could easily hear it. It like echoes, which again means there's nobody legitimately living in 78. They just like to access the bathroom of 78 to engage in some very disruptive and disturbing activity directly against the wall behind my bathroom when I do things in my bathroom that they should have no knowledge of, but that they seem to respond to aggressively and deliberately anyway. Also, right now, the water to my kitchen sink suddenly stinks like someone's filthy recycled shower water. I've said in multiple videos that I believe that the Greenville Group deliberately allowed Jasmine Irizarry, their paid, sponsored career harasser. I'm not the one who came up with the idea that she is a paid professional harasser. Somebody else made those comments on my social media page a year ago saying that she was being paid to do the kind of stuff that she keeps doing, that she admits to doing in writing, and that I keep saying that she's doing. And unfortunately, because I have excellent clinical observation skills, not just in psychology, but in the field of scientific research, I notice things that a lot of other people don't. And I also know when to attribute something to chance versus deliberate acts. Probability statistics usually does not lie. And you can plug in any set of events into a formula to calculate whether or not the set of events is likely due to chance or not. And when something happens all the time, you don't even have to use a formula and do any kind of calculations. You can just use your own deductive reasoning to figure out that when something happens all the time, it is not a strange coincidence. It is a deliberate set of acts that are being perpetuated in response to something that you are doing simply by chance, but somebody else is acting in deliberate response to whatever you happen to do. So right now the water stinks. I'm trying to fill up a tub to put my washcloths in so I can fill the tub with bleach and put my washcloths in the bleach so that when the water to my shower starts to stink like vomit and like someone's filthy 50-day-old unwashed feet, which are not my feet are clean, I spray them down with rubbing alcohol at least once a day, just in case, and they don't smell. That is not me stinking up my shower water. That is a shower water stinking as it comes out of the shower head. And then when I go down the hall to the common bathroom to finish rinsing off there, the water does not stink like anything. So therefore, if I was the one who was stinking, the smell would follow me to the bathroom down the hall, but it never does, because the foul stench is coming out of the taps to my unit and not to the taps to any other bathroom on this floor, as far as I can tell. All this at 4:50 a.m. when I did not even use an alarm to wake up, and I'm not even supposed to be up this early today because it is my day off. And yet the hate stalking, the incessant, nonstop surveillance-based aggression, harassment, intimidation, and interference with the delivery of utilities to this unit continues to prevent me from being able to do what I need to do in the privacy of this living space when I need to do it. And that is grounds for a restraining order against the Greenville Group. I had to call the Greenville Group last night and report that Jasmine Irizarry had resumed her use of a directed energy assault device to physically harass me when I was standing at my sink at like 6:30 p.m., randomly brushing my teeth. She seems to have some kind of an issue with that kind of thing. She likes to use her electronic assault device to harass me when I'm sitting on the toilet in my bathroom, usually quietly in the dark, like in the middle of the night when there should not be any kind of directed energy weapon activity. It always happens like when I'm trying to be the quietest and then when I take a shower. I've been reporting this for years. Irizarry herself is a stupid criminal who likes to brag about her fantastic criminal abilities, according to her handler, Oleg Alexeyev, who himself admitted that she is a, quote, talented hacker who can get into anything and, quote, take care of anything. And she herself used those exact words in writing on social media, claiming that she gets paid to, quote, take care of problems. I have screenshots of those comments. That sounds like a threat.